this is Sarah from Great Days by Sarah, and today I have for us a recovery workout. So put on some comfy clothes, find a space where you're not going to be interrupted for the next few minutes, and join me in a stretch. We're going to start on our backs today. Really long, strong legs, arms wherever they feel comfortable. Close your eyes if that works for you. And just bring yourself into this moment. Let go of the to-do list, the laundry list, anything that's running through your head, and just be here for the next 15 minutes or so, in your space and in your body. No need to breathe in any particular way through this workout. If it helps to take deep cleansing breaths, do so. If you'd like to connect to that yoga Ujjayi breath, you're more than welcome to. But just do what works for you. Hug your right knee in. Left leg, notice how long it is. Maybe reach it out a little bit more. Give your right leg a little bit of a pull, and then switch it out. Left leg comes in, right leg extended even longer. Give your left leg a little pull, and then switch it back to the right. This time we'll pull it in and drop it over to the left for our first spinal twist. Nice and easy. Your knee doesn't need to come anywhere near the floor. Maybe your gaze goes over your right hand. Maybe it's a little more comfortable to keep it towards the ceiling today. Untwist it and lift your right leg towards the ceiling. You can keep a generous bend in it, or have it straight if you have that mobility. Take the outside of your leg and bring it out to the right. Maybe it touches the floor. Maybe your elbow acts as a kickstand to hold it up. Try to keep your left hip down. With as much help as you need, bring it up over to the other side. This time, keep it straight for a second spinal twist, more feeling it through your hips and your glutes. And once again, it feels comfortable, gaze towards the right. If you need a little bit more, move your foot towards your shoulder. If you need a little bit less, send it a little bit lower. And with as much help as you need, bring it back to center and switch sides. Your left leg in, and first spinal twist. Drop it to the right, gaze goes towards the left. Encourage your left shoulder to move towards the floor. No sense in lifting it up and dropping your knee. Your knee can hover. Bring this left leg back up to center. First hamstring stretch. Keep it easy. Then grab the outside of your calf, maybe your foot. Bring it over to the side and open up through your left hip. All the while trying to keep your right hip on the floor. Slowly bring it up through center and all the way over to the right side for a different variation of this spinal twist. Bring it back towards center. Both knees come in. Give a little quick hug. Maybe rock side to side. And then whatever works for you, come on up to a seat. Come up to a seat and then up to all fours. We'll lift your left arm up. And then lace it underneath. Thread this needle, shoulder towards the mat. Right hand can stay where it is or reach out in front. If you wish for a little bit more, reach this right hand up and over the top for an added twist. But I like my hand out front today. If your shoulder doesn't touch the floor, no worries. Do what feels good in your body today. Wherever your right hand is, guide it so it can help you get out of this pose. Unwind and set it down. Right hand goes high and loop it under. Baby steps started small. Maybe your hand needs to help a lot. Maybe it feels good to reach it out for a little bit of a deeper stretch. If you tried it on the other side, maybe reach your hand around. Find the added twist. Wherever that left hand is, walk it in, press it up, all fours. One round of cat and cow just to reset the spine. Inhale up, tail goes towards the ceiling, eye gaze goes up. Exhale, pull your belly button towards your back, round everything out. And then find neutral. Send your right leg out to the side and begin to rock back and forth slowly. We're going to find our way into this modified child's pose, but only if it works for you. I like to keep my toe tucked under and sit my hips back to my heel and reach out front. If this is too much, stay high. You just want to feel it through your inner thigh. Whatever that works for you today. Come on up and switch sides. Left leg goes out to the side. Start to move slowly. Each side is different. Some days it feels like it's a totally different body when I switch sides. And if it feels good, send your hip towards your heel, walk your hands out in front. Maybe your head comes to the mat. If you realize it's too much, just reverse it a little bit. Go where you feel the stretch. Up nice and slow. I'm going to turn towards the side just so you can see the next posture. Left foot comes out. I'm going to start high on your knee. So all the way up, you want to square your hips. So pull that left hip back. Right one goes forward a little bit. Flex this left foot towards the sky. And with a straight back, start to tip forward. Toe can be tucked or it can be untucked, whatever's best for your balance. Wherever you start to feel it, stop. Feel it immediately. My hamstrings are incredibly tight this week. Maybe add a little bit of bend to your knee. And then reach your hands down wherever they feel comfortable. Maybe you have blocks or books to stack them on. Maybe it's just to your shin. But you're driving your heart towards your shin, not your forehead. Chances are that left hip snuck forward a little bit. Pull it back and feel it a little bit deeper in your hamstring. Think hard towards your shin. Keeping your left foot forward, plant your foot. Maybe move your right knee out just a little bit to the side and find this hip flexor stretch. Start with your hands on your knees, see how it feels. Or your hands on your front thigh. If it feels okay, maybe they come down to the ground. both inside, find this lizard pose. Maybe you need to wiggle your left foot a little bit more to the edge of your mat to make room for your shoulders. I fully feel this here, but if you'd like to do a little bit more, you can put your elbows down onto the mat. If your elbows are down, walk them back up. Walk your feet back, your hands back towards your body, and find a hamstring stretch with your hands in the center. Flex your left foot towards the sky, hips go back, and then lizard. Hips go back, and lizard. Hips go back last time, and lizard. This time, if you want a little bit more, come back up to onto your thigh, reach your right hand back, and reach for your foot. You don't have to grab your foot to feel the deeper stretch through your quad. You can just reach for it. You can grab your ankle and add a little bit deeper pull. Try it. Release that foot slowly. Step your left foot back. Find your way into child's pose just for a beat. Come on up. Right foot comes forward for your first hamstring stretch on this side. Start high. Pull your right hip back and tilt forward. Think about that same shine, that heart towards your shin, not necessarily your forehead. Pull your right hip back a little bit more, and then let it fall. Like I said in the last stretch, it really depends on the day and your body, and don't treat your right the same as your left. If you need to do something different, it's okay. Plant your right foot, hands come up to your thigh, hips go forward to find this hip flexor stretch through your left. And then if you'd like a little bit more, bring your hands down. And if you went to your elbows on the other side and you want to try it, try it. This side's so stiff I can't even demo that. This is as far as it goes. There's a reason why I say the recovery workout is the most important workout of the week. If you came down onto your elbows, come back up. Start to send your hips back. And we'll move through this hamstring stretch and through your hip. Hamstring stretch and hip. Last one back. And forward. This time come on up, back to your leg if you'd like to, or you can just stay in it. Reach back for that left foot with your left hand. Maybe you connect and get a little bit of a deeper quad stretch. Release it slow. Send your hips back, find your way into a comfortable seat. And I'll show you our next posture. It's gonna be cow face pose. So your right knee stacks low, left knee comes high. Maybe you rock forward onto your knees to let your feet come out ever so slightly. So they don't need to be way out to the side. They're stacked. If you're very high here and you want to put something in between, like a towel or a pillow, it can definitely help with the comfort of your hips. But then encourage your glutes to come down to the ground. So they're seated on the ground. That's where they're gonna stay. Pause for a moment. Maybe this is enough. Maybe you already feel it all through the outside of your hips. If you'd like a little bit more, start to lean forward. With a flat back, start to lean. If you feel you can wiggle your feet out a little bit more for a little bit different of an angle, do so. And then if you would like to collapse over your legs, find a spot where you find the stretch. If your hips came off the floor, come back up. You want these sits bones to be on the floor the whole time. Slowly come up. We won't do a fancy switch today. We'll try that next time. Switch them out. Plant that left leg down, right leg goes on top. And then I really do like to lean it forward so I can get my feet out of the way, essentially. Plant my sits bones down. Sit up tall and tilt. This side already feels a little bit better than the first side. And then when you're ready, fold it over. Maybe you can stack your hands on top of your knees if your forehead doesn't reach with one fist or two. Maybe you can fully fold over the front and your chin would be on your knee. Wherever you are, one more big breath, and slowly roll it up and unwind it. Send your legs long into a straddle, whatever that looks like for you. With a flat spine, tip forward, toes are facing the sky, and come up. To the right, and come up. To the left, and come up. Back center, and come up. One more each way. To the right, come up. To the left, to the center, we hold. Just for 3, 2, and 1. Wiggle your legs together. Bounce them out a little bit. Last big inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Thanks for recovering with me today. Go have a great week.